As my mother says, Harlow Raker does not have one sword but two. It should be called horrendous. It shouldn't be called heartless, it should be called horrendous. Hi and hello besties, welcome back to another video, and today this was a spontaneous film, but I'm filming nonetheless. Today we are going to be doing my mid-year reading wrap-up. So I lots of my favorite book creators do this, so I was like, why not me do it? Like, why shouldn't I do it too? So I'm doing that. The questions I'm using for this mid-year book tag are from Larry, my fave BookToker. Larry, I love you. I know she's not watching this, but love her anyway. So these are her questions that she's made. I won't be doing all of her questions just because some of them I don't really have anything for that, but so far this year I have read 31 books out of my goal of 65. I just finished another one last night. I have done 6 books on rereads so far, so they will not be counted in this unless, like, they won't be counted in the best and the worst books or the best and the worst sequels. They will not be counted, but in the other questions they will be counted. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do it today. I'm not going to go like explaining the whole plot of books and stuff. I'm literally just going to say which one it is, why it is, and so on, and move on to the next one. That's how I'm going to do it today. But yeah, so let's get into the mid-year book tag. Okay, the first question is the best book I've read so far in 2026. Oh, another rule, I'm not allowed to repeat books, which is really hard for me because I have favorites and I like to constantly talk about them, but I'm not allowed to repeat books with the questions. So yeah, so once I pick a book for a question, that's it. That's book is off the table. So best book I've read of 2026, Starside. 100% Starside. This book blew me away. It was so amazing and it was so good, and there's nothing bad I can say about it. Everyone about BookTok is raving about it, and I agree with every single thing said, because oh my god, it's up here. I can't be bothered to actually grab the books because they're all around my shelves, but Starside is up there. Genuinely, this book changed my brain chemistry. It was so good, and yeah, it was just so good. If you have not read Starside, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to read it because I don't like Alex Astor. I hated Lightlark. Starside is so different. Please give it a go, even if you don't like it, but please give it a go because it genuinely is so much better than Lightlark, so different to Lightlark. I know that it sounds the same, but it really isn't. It really isn't. It is an adult romantasy. It is very, very full on. It's got spice. It's got like 2 chapters of spice. It actually doesn't have that much, but the spice is worth it because it's a full chapter, and I'm like, as my mother says, Harlow Raker does not have one sword but two. I don't need to talk more about Starside because it's just so good. So it's my best book of the year so far. So far, it might not be. I reckon it will be the final book that it's my top of the year, but the only thing that could beat it would be the sequel or ACOTAR 6. Okay, my worst book I've read this year, I have two. Both of them DNFs. Both gave them 1 star. I was like, nope, can't take this. Heartless by Elsie Silver and King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. Heartless by Elsie Silver, I got 40% in and I DNF'd. I couldn't take it. I got a decent 100 and something pages in. So bad. Did not want to read it, did not want to finish it. I was like, I'm over this, I'm done, I'm not wasting my time on this shit. King of Battle and Blood was for a reading vlog that I did on here. If you haven't watched this reading vlog, this was when my bestie Taryn recommended books for me to read, and she recommended King of Battle and Blood as one of them, and I despised it. I got 19% in and I did. I was texting her throughout the whole time reading it, and I'm like, girl, I hate this book, I'm DNFing it, I'm so sorry, it's so bad. She gave it 3 stars or something because we were meant to read each other's 5-star reads, but everything she's read I've read, so she just kind of gave me something random, and the one she originally gave me I couldn't do because it wasn't on Kindle Unlimited and I was on a book buying ban at the time, so I couldn't go out and buy the paperback of it. I stick to my book buying bans when I'm on them. Like, I'm on one right now because my birthday's in less than a month, so no books for me right now. But yeah, so I hated King of Battle and Blood with everything in me. I got 90% in and I was like, no, I'm so over this. This is disgusting. It was meant to be a romantasy, like an adult romantasy. It felt like it was erotica. It was vampire fucking erotica. That's what it felt like for me, and I was like, no, I can't take this. I can't take this. I was like, I'm so done. I don't want this anymore. So I DNF'd it. And then Heartless, same thing. I got 40% in. It took me a month to decide to DNF this because I was reading it while I was away in Malaysia and Singapore, and I just didn't pick it up. I was picking up Starside way more because I was reading that at the same time, and Starside was obviously amazing. I finished it so quickly, but Heartless was horrendous. It should be called Horrendous. It shouldn't be called Heartless. It should be called Horrendous because it was horrible, and I was like, no. That's all I can say about those two. So that's literally the worst 2 books I have read so far this year. Guys, I know I said I wouldn't repeat books, but I just realized that Heartless is the sequel to Flawless, and I read Flawless this year. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bend the rules. Let's say the worst book I read was King of Battle and Blood, right? But the worst sequel I read was Heartless, because Heartless is a sequel to Flawless. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Worst sequel I read was Heartless. I already said what I needed to say, but I'm just bending the rules, so I'm just changing it around a little. But on that note, the best sequel I read, oh, I might actually have to. Best sequel I read, and I'm not counting any rereads. Oh, Release Me. Release Me. Oh, Release Me. Oh my god. Wait, no, I'm such a liar. Wait, let me just, yeah. We'll go with Release Me because I have a few sequels that I've read. It's probably not my favorite sequel I've read because there's another one, but I want to save that one for another question that fits it. So we're going to go with Release Me. Release Me is so good. My mum is reading... No, she already read Release Me. She did. She already read Release Me. It's back on the shelf over there. She loved it. She thought it was so good. But Release Me was amazing. Release Me was so good. I think I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I didn't give it 5 stars because there was just some things I wasn't a fan of in it. But most of it, so good. Am I excited for Escape Me? Yes. Would I rather This Webbing Kingdom 5 over Escape Me? Yes. Do I care? No. I don't really care. Like, I would have been fine if Escape Me came out in April next year, and then This Webbing Kingdom 5 came out in September. But no. So I have to wait. But it was still really good and I really enjoyed it. And James and Rosabelle are so adorable. Is Rosabelle my favorite FMC? No. Okay. I don't know what it is. I just... There's something about her that I don't like, and I couldn't explain it to you. I genuinely could not explain it to you. James, love him though. He's on the book boyfriend list somewhere. I still need to do a book boyfriend list video. I just can't be bothered to actually make the list because it takes me forever to get through them. But yeah, James is on the book boyfriend list. Rosabelle, I don't like her. I don't know what it is. I just don't like her. I don't like her, like... In the second one, in the first one, I did not like her. Second one, she started to win me over a little bit. So, I don't know. But there's just something about her that I'm just not a fan of. New release I haven't read yet, but want to. The Thorn Queen. Oh! And Shadow Reaper. Oh my god. I need to read Shadow Reaper because I love The Prison Healer. If you see my collection. Prison Healer. If you saw one of my last videos. I don't know if this video is going to come before the Bedazzled book video or if it's coming after. If it came after, then you would have seen my Prison Healer Bedazzled edition. If this video comes before the Bedazzled one, you'll see the Bedazzled Prison Healer in one of my next videos. Prison Healer was so good, so I need to read Shadow Reaper. I haven't even bought it yet. I don't even have it. Hopefully I'm getting it for my birthday, so I want to read that. But also the Thorn Queen, because I read the Rose Bargain a while ago, so I really want to read The Thorn Queen. I have it. I have the paperback of it. My mum's like kicking at me to read it because she just read Rose Bargain and she loved it. So she's like, read Thorn Queen so I can read it, because the rule is that I read it first and then she reads it. That's the rule. That's the rule in my library. She just comes in looking for a new book. Like, she's reading Divine Rivals at the moment, and I will talk about that later because that is going to answer one of the questions. Yeah, no, Rose Bargain was so good, so I really do want to read The Thorn Queen. I'm very excited for it. I've heard it's not as good as the first one. I've heard that the first one was a lot better. So that's probably not my most, like, Shadow Reaper is my most anticipated, like, new release that I haven't read that I want to, because that just came out and I haven't read it yet and I want it, but I'm in the middle of a reread and I'm reading something else and it's just, oh, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, okay? But I'm very excited because I know Lynette Ernie is going to make me cry. I haven't read her other series yet. I have her other series here, the Midorian Chronicles. Have the whole series. All 7 books. Have I read them? No. Got them for my Christmas? I think I got them for Christmas last year. Yeah, it was Christmas. It wasn't my birthday, it was Christmas. But I do want to read them. I feel like I want to do a reading vlog for them, but I feel like they're not known enough for me to do a reading vlog of them, so we'll see. So that's definitely one of my most like new releases that I haven't read, but I want to. Okay, my most anticipated release for the second half of the year, Stormside. Stormside and ACOTAR 6. Duh, obviously. Oh my god, no, there's so many. Stormside, ACOTAR 6, Escape Me, Adversary to the Villain, the Empyrean book that's not book 4 and we don't know what it is, that one. Oh my god, and also something else. Something else by me, hopefully. Guys, I'm in an editing slump. I'm meant to be editing book 2 of the Vulture Saga, but I haven't been. I'm sorry. So it's coming a little bit later than I originally anticipated. It won't be until very late in the spring, but it's coming. It's coming, hopefully before Christmas, if not then around Christmas. ACOTAR 6 and Stormside are probably my most anticipated releases. Oh, I am so excited for those two. You don't, like, oh yeah. No, Stormside, I need it like yesterday. And ACOTAR 6, obviously I've been waiting like a couple years now since I read ACOTAR for the first time, and I was like, no, I need them. I need them. I still remember the day when I literally woke up at like 6:30 in the morning to watch the Call Her Daddy podcast with Sarah J Maas, and my mum walks in and I'm in bed laying watching. I did not get up until this podcast is finished. I watched the whole 2.5 hours and I'm laying there, and of course when she said that ACOTAR 6 is coming out this year and ACOTAR 7 is coming out next year, I was like, oh my god. My mum's like, what? And I'm like, new ACOTAR books. My mum hasn't read ACOTAR, so she knows what it is. She knows it's the highlighter colored books up here, but she doesn't know what it is. And I'm like, no, the new books are coming out and I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. And then Stormside, like I said, Starside was my best book of the year so far, so I need Stormside, because the way Starside ended, I can't take it. It was so good, but it wrecked me, I swear. Oh my gosh, but I loved it. So I mean, it's 10 stars, it's in my god tier, and there's only one book out. Okay, favorite new author that I've read this year, I'm gonna say Rebecca Ross, who wrote Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, but purely just for Divine Rivals, because if you know me, I have talked about Ruthless Vows and how much I hated that book and I just didn't like it. Divine Rivals though, once again, did for a reading vlog on here with my bestie Taryn. That one I loved Divine Rivals, 6 stars, amazing. Ruthless Vows let me the hell down. It was so bad and I fucking hated it. I despised it, but I want to read more of Rebecca Ross's stuff. So she was a new author for me this year. I want to read Wild Reverence and the other one, the Queen's something duology she has. And there's another one that she has. I can't even remember what the other duology she has is, but I really want to read it. So she's definitely a new author for me, and then I'm going to keep reading and like continue looking at her books and stuff. But yeah, she did disappoint me with Ruthless Vows, like a lot. I hated that book so much. I still gave it 3 stars because the romance was fine, but the rest of it was so boring. It was a snooze fest. I fell asleep reading the book multiple times because I was that bored. I don't fall asleep reading books ever unless I'm extremely bored, and I was like, no, that's that's not okay. So I hated that book. But I still gave it 3 stars, like I said, because the romance was like really, really cute. But I hate amnesia trope. If you know what I'm talking about, that's all I'm gonna say. Hated amnesia trope. Like in terms of like, see, I feel like I use the amnesia trope in my book, but not really, because it's like she doesn't forget everything. It's just that she has a past that she can't remember. Whereas in this one, so that's great. So I hate that. We're gonna move on. Newest fictional crush. Ooh. I'm gonna have to say John Logan from The Mistake, because oh my god. So here's my story. I read both The Deal and The Mistake this year so far. I'm gonna read the rest of the off-campus series before the end of this year, 100%. I already have the score on my bed, like ready for me to read when I'm ready. I read The Deal, watched the show. I've watched the show like 5 times now. It's so good. And then I went into The Mistake. I binge read half of The Mistake in one sitting. Half of it. And then I had to take little breaks because I just wasn't like I had other things to do. I had to edit YouTube videos, I had to edit my book, so I was doing other things, but then I finished it within 4 days. And I know that they're doing Dean and Ally next for the next season, but I need Logan and Grace. I need them. I need them like I need air. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with them to the point where like John Logan is probably my favorite. John Logan is probably my favorite, like out of all the men in personality wise. He gives Clark Kent from Smallville in such a good way that I'm like, hell yes. And you guys know how obsessed I am with Clark Kent and how obsessed I am with Smallville, so it's like my favorite overall. I gave it 5 stars. The first one I gave The Deal 4.5, but this one I gave 5. I reckon, even though when I read the score and the goal and the legacy, I think The Mistake is going to be my favorite overall, but I do feel like my final ranking, I'm estimating my final ranking is going to be The Mistake, The Score, The Deal, The Goal, The Legacy. That's what my ranking's going to be. I don't know why. Like, I think I'm excited for Tucker's book, but I've never liked Accidental Pregnancy, so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's not going to be my favorite, but I'm still going to enjoy it. Okay, next we have Book That Made Me Cry. What book didn't make me cry this year? No, the book that made me bawl my eyes out so bad so far this year, The Throne of Broken Gods. I think about that book on the daily. I think about that book so often. I can't even explain it. I had so many books that made me cry this year, like Starside. I know I'm not counting rereads, but Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Assassin's Blade. What else made me cry? Book 4 and 5 in the Mindfuck series made me cry. Throne of Broken Gods, Dawn of the Cursed Queen, they both made me cry. Divine Rivals made me cry. Like, you know, I had so many, but my number one that made me cry was Throne of Broken Gods. I think about Gabby's letter every single fucking day. It haunts me. I'm so excited for The Fall of the Crown King coming in November. Oh, that's another anticipated release I forgot to say. Oh my god. Another anticipated release I'm excited for. Very excited for, The Fall of the Crown King. But Throne of Broken Gods made me bawl my eyes out. I discovered Amber v. Nicole this year, and I am obsessed with the Gods and Monsters series. I don't know if she has any other books out. I'm gonna have to do some research if she has other books out. If she does, I will be reading them immediately. But no, I love this series. It's so good. Diana and Sam Kyle are my babies. They're my legendary lovers. Oh, I have so many legendary lovers I could list. But no, I love them. I'm obsessed with them. And yeah, Throne of Broken Gods, the part that got me the most was Gabby's letter. Gabby's letter had me crying so hard, and I was so broken. I was like, oh my god, this is not okay. This was a book that's 800 pages, right? It's a thick ass book. I read it on my Kindle because I didn't have the paperback at the time of reading it. I read it on my Kindle, but I transferred all my annotations from the Kindle to the paperback, and it just it destroyed me. I like genuinely could talk about this book for so long, but no, the letter got me. The letter got me every single goddamn time. I need book 5 now, and I know that book 6 and then book 7 aren't coming like soon enough, and I'm like, Amber, just send them to me. Amber, send all 3 of the books to me. I need them all now. I need to know that they get a happy ending, and after the end of Wrath of the Fallen, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. So okay, next one is biggest surprise of the year. So book that I like was skeptical about, but I loved with my full heart. The Mindfuck series. I have been seeing this everywhere. Like, lots of my favorite book creators have read this book and they love it. They're obsessed with it. Me, I was like, oh, should I give it a go? It's all on Kindle Unlimited. They're all really short books. I read all the books in the span of like a week and a half. I read most of them in one day, actually. But oh my god, I didn't think I'd love these so much. I think I gave them all 4 stars. A couple of them were actually 5 stars. They were really good. I did talk about this in my March reading wrap up when I read them, and I gave all the ratings there. But when I tell you, I was so shocked that I love this. Like, I mean, I was shocked. I was like, me liking a book about freaking a freaking serial killer and a freaking murderer? Hell yeah. Like, that's surprising for me. But oh my god, I'm so obsessed with this series, and I already want to reread it, and it's so easy to reread because I just read it all on my Kindle. So I read each book separately. So if I had only read the paperback, which is the one book by itself, all in one, I would have counted it as one book. But because I read it in 5 separate books on my Kindle. I counted it as 5 separate books, you know. But and I just love how everyone just led on, and it was like it was one big book. It just led on perfectly from each one, and it was so good, and it just shocked me how much I loved it, and it was just amazing. So if you haven't read the Mindfuck series, please go do. It's on Kindle Unlimited. If you have a Kindle Unlimited, obviously get it. If not, then the paperback, I think it's available on Amazon. Series like Lana Myers. Lana and Logan are like literally one of my favorite book couples. I love them so much, but I will say the whole time I pictured him brunette and he's blonde the whole freaking time. I don't know why I did. I just pictured him brunette the entire time. I think the reason why is because I have a character called Logan in my book, and he's dark hair, like he's got black hair. So I think the whole time I was just picturing my Logan instead of a blonde Logan. So when I searched up fan art, because I feel like it didn't even mention blonde hair for some reason, so I searched up fan art and I'm like, he's blonde? I was like, excuse me? Okay, he's blonde. Okay, crazy, insane, what the hell? But yeah, no, I love the Mindfuck series. I was just so shocked at how much I loved it because it was so good. Okay, a book that made me happy was In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. This book made me so happy. I love the When in Rome series. My favorite romance series I've ever read, for sure. My favorite interconnected standalone series for romance. I've read a few. I haven't finished them, but I've read a few. But Off Campus is a close second now, even though I haven't finished it. Off Campus is a very, very close second to the When in Rome, the Rome, Kentucky interconnected romance series. But I have been following Sarah Adams since like her very, very beginning. Like I've got her indie published copies of her books, like the first ones before they were like republished traditionally. I read When in Rome, pretty much the month it came out, I read it. And then I read both Practice Makes Perfect and Big Bro of Steel when they came out. Like the months that they came out, I got them and I read them straight away. So I did the same. This one came out, In Your Dreams came out in December. I did read it in, I want to say March, maybe February, can't remember, but I loved it nonetheless. Definitely has my favorite MMC from the series. Not my favorite FMC. My favorite FMC will always be Emily from Big Brother Steel, because you guys know how much I love that book. But this is probably my favorite book in the series because it's so cute. Maddie and James were so adorable, and James, like I said, James is my favorite male from this series because I can't even remember his last name. What's his last name? The book's over there somewhere, so I can't be able to grab it, but James, I can't remember his last name. Jenna editing will figure it out and just pop it there for you. But no, oh my god, I'm obsessed. I love this book and it made me so happy, but it also made me cry at the end. So I guess this kind of fits into the cry category because the series is over. The Rome, Kentucky series is over. And that makes me really sad because I have grown with this series. Like I've read it from when it came out, the first book came out, all the way to now, and I was so sad that when I finished the book, I was like, oh my god, it's over. What do you mean? My favorite romance series of all time. Like, you know how people feel about Boys of Tommen and Windy City series and Chestnut Springs. Like this is my Windy City. This is my Boys of Tommen. Like that's how much I'm obsessed with this series, and it's so good. So if you haven't read the Rome, Kentucky series, please go do. It's Fade to Black as well. There's a little bit of spiciness in the last two books. The first two have no spice at all, but it fades to black. It's Fade to Black. It's adult though, so it's like, you know, sex and stuff is mentioned, but it doesn't actually have on-page spice, which is really good. But it does have on-page like panic attacks and stuff, so do be careful with that. Read up on your trigger warnings. I'm pretty sure it says at the start of each of the books, but genuinely so good. And In Your Dreams made me so happy, but so sad at the same time. Okay, my most beautiful book I've bought so far this year, or I've received. I do have my Fairy Loot edition of The Swan's Daughter. That one is so pretty. If I can find a photo of it, I'll put it here. But another of the prettiest books that I've bought this year, I mean, another one is Embers and Curses, but you're not allowed to see that yet. You're not allowed to see that one yet, but it's really pretty, I'm telling you. Another pretty one, I'm trying to think. Release Me is gorgeous, but I already said Release Me, so I can't say that. I can't say Release Me, so I'm going to say This One's Daughter, which is my Fairy Loot January YA. That one is beautiful. If you have not seen it, I do have a TikTok video of it. I might have to scroll and find it so I can download it and put it here, but this is the TikTok video if I find it. If not, then this is a photo of it. But It's so gorgeous. It is the most prettiest special edition I've ever seen. The sprayed edge is gorgeous, the cover is gorgeous, the artwork is gorgeous, it's amazing, it's just beautiful. And have I read the book yet? No. No, I have not read the book yet, but I do want to read it. So I think this is definitely not the prettiest book I own, but for this year, 100%. I think the prettiest book I own is probably my Powerless special editions, because they're gorgeous foiling on the hardcovers. But yeah, no, well, actually it's my Bedazzled ones. My Bedazzled Prison Healer is the prettiest book I own. But for this, definitely Swan's Daughter Fairy Lou edition, 100%. It's gorgeous. Okay, and we are on the last question, and that is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Crescent City. Crescent fucking City. I need to get on it. Look, it's right here. It's right here. I have the whole series. Do you know what does annoy me about my copy? So why is this gold and then this one is white for Sarah's name? Like, why are the first two gold for her name but the third one's white? It pisses me the hell off. If this one was white and this one was gold, then at least it's a pattern, so it wouldn't annoy me, but it's not. I will be reading them very soon. I have to read them before I read ACOTAR 6, because I will be reading ACOTAR 6 on release. So I'm praying that I can get through my Throne of Glass reread I'm doing right now, and the second I finish my Throne of Glass reread, that's it. I'm going into Crescent City. Like, you will not see me for like 2 months. I'll be in there deep reading Crescent City, okay? They just scare me because they're so thick. They're all this length, they're all this thick, and the font is really small, so I'm just terrified of them. So that's why I've been putting it off for so long, and also because I had to wait to get the paperback of that one because I wanted to read them all. Though I kind of want to read them on my Kindle now because I'm terrified of them, but I will be reading those before the end of the year. And also I want to finish the Off-Campus series because I've read the first two. I need to read the last 3. I want to read those before the end of the year. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to read by the end of the year? Oh my god, I just thought of another anticipated release that I didn't mention, guys. Dangerous Impulses, the new Naturals book that's coming out at the end of... There's so many releases. There's so many freaking releases. I can't do this. Okay, y'all, that's all our questions that we had. I literally just have Larry's YouTube video up in front of me, and I have all the questions that she's listed in her bio because I couldn't be bothered to go find some. So I was like, I'm gonna use Larry's. Obviously I credit her. Love Larry so much. But yeah, so that's all. That's my mid-year book tag. And I will be doing one at the end of the year when it hits December, which is gonna probably be here sooner than we think, because it's already June. Like, I'm 19 in like 3 weeks, and I'm like, that came way, like, I swear I was just 18. Like, come on, slow down, please, slow down. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, my mid-year book tag. I had fun answering these questions, but as I said, obviously I kept thinking of new releases in the middle of the video. I'm like, wait, that one's coming out too, like, I just kept thinking of things. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week in whatever video is coming next. Bye guys, love you.